Hi, welcome back to Phoenix English. My name is Omid, and in this lesson I'm going to show you the difference between two commonly confused words, which are during and while. Okay? Now, both of these words are used to refer to activities that are happening while something else is happening or happened. And that's why it's easy to get them mixed up. But actually, when we use them grammatically, they're quite different. So let me show you what that difference is. So, from the point of view of grammar, first of all, for those of you who care about grammar, during is a preposition, and the word while is a conjunction. Now, let's see what that means in effect when we use the word in a sentence. So, we would say, for example, some people were talking during the movie. So we are using during plus a noun. Okay, that's the key. After during, we use a noun. After while, we need to use, there are two possibilities, subject and verb, or we use while plus a gerund. A gerund is a verb in the ing form, such as running, talking, teaching. So, during plus a noun, while plus the subject and verb, or while plus a gerund. Alright, let's go step by step. So, some people were talking during the movie, right? Movie is a noun. Or if you wanted to express the same thing using while, we would say, some people were talking while we were watching the movie. Okay? The while part of the sentence can go at the beginning or it can go in the middle. That's okay. So we could also say, while we were watching the movie, comma, some people were talking, period. Okay? But here you saw while plus subject and verb. Now, because while suggests something is continuing, very often we will see here a continuous form of the verb. Okay, a continuous tense. Present continuous, past continuous, and so on. Okay, alright. But you could also shorten it a little bit, and you could say while plus the gerund. For example, while watching the movie, comma, some people were talking. Or some people were talking while watching the movie. Here, this verb, watching, becomes a gerund. Let's look at some more examples. The best way to understand something is not just from the theory, but from the practice examples, and then your own examples. So, we stayed indoors during the snowstorm. The snowstorm is a noun, right? So we could also say, during the snowstorm, we stayed indoors. Indoors means inside. Or, while it was snowing, comma, we stayed indoors. Okay? So here we have while plus the subject plus the verb. Alright? Are you getting it? I'm sure you are. The next one. During plus a noun again. He felt quite confident during the interview. Okay? Again. During plus a noun. Or we could say, he felt quite confident while he was being interviewed. Or, while he was being interviewed, he felt quite confident. Or if we want to go with while plus the gerund, we would just say, while being interviewed, he felt quite confident. Okay? So that's the main thing. During plus the noun, while plus subject and verb, or while plus a gerund. So let's see how well you've understood that by trying some examples. Number 1. I met Susan, blank, learning French. So, what are your choices? During or while? So what do we have here? Learning is a gerund. So let's write while. Okay? While learning French. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 2. He read a lot blank the summer. Okay? He read a lot during the summer, or he read a lot while the summer. What do you think? The summer is what? It's a noun. So we need to say during the summer. Good. Number 3. Please don't interrupt blank I'm speaking. Please don't interrupt blank I am speaking. While I'm speaking or during I'm speaking. What do we need? Is it a noun? No. It's a subject, it's a verb. So we need to say while. Okay? In the beginning, you need to think about it a little bit, but afterwards, it'll become much more automatic. Okay? And the way to do that is by practicing. Okay, number 4. Blank, the lecture some people left. So what do we need? Here, we have a noun. So we need to say during the lecture. Okay, nice. Number 5. He hurt himself blank skiing. He hurt himself blank skiing. So skiing is a gerund. So we need to say while. He hurt himself while skiing. Number 6. She kept texting blank the meeting. She kept texting blank the meeting. What do we need there? What is this? The meeting? It's a noun. So we need to say during the meeting. Okay? Good. You got it. And the last one. Switch off your cell phones. The plane is taking off. Okay? You often hear this announcement while you're flying. Okay? Before the plane takes off, they make this announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, please switch off your cell phones. Blank. The plane is taking off. Okay? So here we have to say what? While. And why did we choose while? Because after that, we have a subject and we have a verb. Okay? So are you getting the hang of it? Because after some time, you basically know what's right and wrong. Not by analyzing it in your head as preposition, as conjunction, and as subject and verb, but just like in your own language. Just from the rhythm of it. And eventually, you'll have the right rhythm. And please subscribe to my YouTube channel because I'd love to give you more and more lessons that will help you to learn English much more quickly. Alright, take care, bye for now, and all the best with your English.